What's happening, folks? Tonight we're gonna be making a start on my Vivaro here. It's got a turbocharging fault and I think I know what the issue is already, just going by what I've seen online. So we're going to need to dive into the EGR valve first, see if the flap that's in there is no longer flapping. If it's not and it's no longer to be seen, we'll be into the turbo side, stripping the turbo down to see if said flap is in the hot side impeller. So be a front end strip down, check the EGR valve, and then up underneath the back of the engine for the turbo. So I think I'll be needing one of these. Cheers. So like always on these Vivaros, Traffics or the Prima Stars, front end needs to come off if you need to do anything on the front of the engine, whether it's the starter motor or the EGR. So I've luckily had this front end off a couple of times now, doing the clutch and the starter motor, so just pulling that off. Front end hasn't even been off 2 minutes and I've noticed the EGR cooler actuator cable is hanging off and the valve is no longer valving, as they say. So that's fucked in the scientific term. So I'll be stripping the EGR cooler off, getting it ready for a new one coming. But I think what I'll also do is I'll take the throttle body off and the actual EGR valve, and I'll just make sure everything's nice and clean going back on. I've somehow lost majority of that time lapse from here to stripping to here, but throttle body, the EGR valves off, the EGR pipes off the cooler, and now we're down at the cooler here. Some serious technician has put a Jubilee clip over the clamp. I wonder if that's actually been working or not, because I have been getting a smell of fumes. But aye, that's definitely not standard, a factory fitting anyway. But a lovely Frenchman who designed this engine, I'm sure it's French, Renault, has put this plate over here to cover that, so it made getting the Jubilee clip quite difficult. So I'm eating my words here that I said in that last clip. Turns out that Jubilee clip is a factory fitting. It's actually spot welded onto the clamp, but I've never seen that before. So I eating my words there, and that wee heat shield, the more that I think about it, it's there to protect the coolant hoses from the heat of the EGR pipes. But here I am, I've removed that clamp and I'm just taking off the coolant pipes and then the 4 bolts, 2 top, 2 bottom, and then that's us off. One EGR cooler that is pumped, to say the least. It's actually snapped off the top there. I believe that goes on like that, and then there's meant to be a pin there for the cable, actuator cable. Done and dusted, not working. And then, like I said at the start of the video, in there, there is no flap to be flapping. So that's one issue resolved, well, one issue diagnosed. New parts unboxed, so without any more talking nonsense, we'll just crack on and get it fitted up, because I'm sick of looking at the van in my garage now. So we'll get that into there in hopefully not too long a time. Unfortunately, we're still having some technical issues, running out of memory on my phone because I don't have a proper camera for filming yet, so ran out of memory and it stopped filming the rest of this rebuild. But you get the gist, pretty straightforward. So EGR cooler's done, and then it's on to the next video on the turbo. That's going to be the end of this video. It's just a quick strip down on the EGR cooler, because I don't want to put the two videos together, the EGR and the turbo, purely because the turbos takes a good bit while longer. So nice and short on the EGR strip down, and then part 2 will be the turbo strip down and rebuild, and then get it out a wee road test and make sure everything's all good. So thanks very much for watching. Hope this was helpful for you if you're planning on doing the same job, and if it was, please be sure to leave a wee like, and go as far ahead as to leave a wee subscribe as well. So thanks for watching, see you later on.